And good afternoon, race fans. Welcome here to race number 23. Chase race number 3 and first elimination race for the PCSRA Foster Series for 2023. 42 cars showed up. All 42 will take the green as we're getting set for the Cheddar's 400 here at the Riki Raceway. Caleb Hobbs starts on the pole position. And Caleb Hobbs, as I'm going to save the grid here so I can pop it up. Caleb Hobbs comes into this race in a interesting situation. He is on the bubble as far as moving on the next round is concerned, which is 12th in the points. Alongside is Santi Messi making his second start. And then Jared Underhill in row 2. Jared Underhill just trying to find victory lane. Underhill comes into this race 23rd in the point standings. On the flip side, Emmanuel Hartnett comes into this race 6th in points. He is only 93 points ahead of the cut line. There's the rest of your grid. You just saw your playoff standings right there. And here are the point standings as well, as Noah Platts is still the points leader in that regard. All right, let's get these cars going. 50 laps on tap here today. These drivers will have to make a pit stop during the course of this race. I'm going to flip it to TV2 because TV1 won't show you the cars. So Jackie Tang is the points leaders. We're going to pull up our playoff grid over here. Jackie Tang is 161 points ahead of the cut line. Sean Art, after a good run in second, is now 152 ahead of the cut line. In third place, sorry about the trees being in the way, Cody Smart, 144 points ahead of the cut line. David Heller, 142 ahead of the cut line in fourth. Noah Platts is fifth, 106 points ahead of the cut line. Emmanuel Hartnett is 6th, 93 ahead of the cut line. Then this is where it gets interesting. Nick Foyles is 7th, Jesse Art, CJ Brackett, and Sam Davis. They are a total of 44, 38, 35, and 32 points ahead of the cut line, respectively. Shane Lake is 12 points ahead of the cut line, and Caleb Hobbs, our pole setter, in that critical 12th position in points. He is only 9 points ahead of the cut line. 9 points below the cut line is Kyle Langland. Quentin Morris, 12 points below the cut line. Zachary Taylor is 39 below the cut line, and Nathan Orman needs a win because he is in a must-win situation here this evening today here at Riki. You've already seen your starting grid. Here we go. Pace car is off. We'll document the other drivers that are in this field here today. But it's time to get the first elimination race. The Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen 400 at Riki is green. Let's go racing, drivers. This track has hosted the PCSRA before. It hasn't hosted the Foster Series since 2016, which was a mixture of the Monster Energy Series. Of course, Valentina Fernandez won here back in February. So there you go. Caleb Hobbs is the leader. He'll get that critical 5 points for leading a lap. Of course, as I said, Hobbs came in this race only 9 points ahead of the cut line. And now he's 14 ahead of the cut line as he leads lap number 1 of this race. These drivers need to avoid 2 things. Number 1, the potential of the big one that could strike and end somebody's championship hopes. And number 2, as last week's winner Remy Crampton takes the lead. And number 2, these cars cannot make it 50 laps. If we have a pit stop, we could see pit lane collisions. which is not uncommon on this racetrack. Of course, the only former winner at this track that is in this field is Ali Liera in the 14. Of course, I was the inaugural winner. Well, technically you could say Ali and myself, who are in the Foster Series, we are the inaugural winners here at Riki. Ildo Sofika, who is not in this series, won Division 2 at this track in 2016. So Ali Liera may have an advantage over everybody else as Ian Griffith leads. Right behind Ian Griffith is Mario Love making his debut. Stephen Bear in the 39 also making his debut. Stephen Bear has failed to qualify so many times, and finally he makes the field. As we're checking the back of the grid, that's Allison Ford making her rookie debut in this series. Sean Hart back here, second in points. He's got a fairly healthy cushion ahead of the cut line, so won't hurt Sean too much. Zachary Taylor, this is not where Taylor needs to be. Taylor is one of those drivers 39 below the cut line. As things stand, Zachary Taylor would be eliminated from the championship. But we got a long way to go. As I hit the wrong camera angle. Mother trucker. Sean, and then Sean says, "We don't sound trucks here, Danny." There's Sean Love. Of course, Mario and Sean are not related. There's Stephen Bear. By the way, that 35 is MHR, which is Mike Hannigan Racing. That is a truck series team that is in this field. As I'm going to fix something real quickly. Give me 1 second. So as I said, Santi Messi's in this race in the 67. Sean Love in the 52. Stephen Bear in the 39. Mario Love in the 35. Allison Ford is in the 0. And trying to think who else. As McGorvick takes the lead. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Trisha Ann is the other in the 92. That is a fourth ride out of Trackhouse Racing, the 92, who is also in this field. I forgot about her. There's Trisha. Or Tricia. Let's go back to Cody McGorvick in the 23. Now we got a couple of fast food restaurants up here. McDonald's lead the way. Here comes the Wendy Chevrolet of Carla Sinat, our winner from a couple of weeks ago at Kentucky, the first playoff race. Carla Sinat trying to go to victory lane for the second time this season. And here comes one of the drivers in the playoffs, Shane Lake in the 3. Sorry about my mouse being a bit drunk. Shane Lake, according to him, he is 12 points ahead of the cut line as he comes in this race 11th in points. And only, as I said, 12 points ahead of the cut line there. I thought I saw a little checkup there in the pack as Caleb Hobbs has dropped back. Looks like we had a little checkup. Somebody got on the brakes and checked up the pack. Couple of playoff contenders back there at the rear of the field. I see Nathan Orman. That is not where Nathan Orman needs to be. Ormy needs to start going forward, or he could be one of the 4 drivers eliminated. Remember, Ormy's had 2 dismal finishes, and he's 66 points below the cut line. Caleb Hobbs, of course, he comes in this race 12th in points. This is not where Caleb Hobbs needs to be. I could say the same for possibly Noah Platts. Even though Platts has 106 points ahead of the cut line, I don't think that's safe enough for him to advance. There's Trisha Ann. She's pushing non-playoff contender Jessica Shelton in the 9. Of course, Shelton will be leaving this ride at the end of the season. Hopefully we don't see any huge-ass wrecks like we saw in 2016, where we had a few drivers in the Monster Energy Series get injured. I know we didn't have a lot of wrecks in our races back in February when Trucks, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Monster were here. Hoping it doesn't happen again this time around. Caleb Hobbs about to lose the draft. I see Cody Smart back here. Cody came in this race 144 points ahead of the cut line. I think Cody would still be okay. Caleb Hobbs, on the other hand, I don't think he's going to be okay. Because remember, Caleb came in this race 12th in the point standings. That critical 12th position in the points. I've noticed these drivers are not checking up a lot like our Monster Energy Series drivers did, where they checked up in the middle of the tri-oval, and, well, you all know the rest of the story. Sam Davis there in the 11. Of course, Sam came in this race 32 points ahead of the cut line. Here's the other thing. None of our 16 drivers have advanced, so there's still a good chance. You're thinking, okay, maybe, 45 and all that is safe. There's still a good chance you may not be safe. Kyle Langland's back there in 39th. As of now, Kyle Langland would be one of the 4 drivers eliminated. That's not good for Teal. Has Ormy started moving up spots? Yes is the answer. He's only up to 32nd, however. Ormy's got to hope for problems for drivers ahead of him in the standings. And you notice something, the 4 drivers that come in this race into danger zone are the 4 Triple B panelists. Q-Man, Langland, Taylor, and Orman. It would be sad if those 4 got eliminated right now. As Allison Ford currently the leader. Allison Ford went to school with me at Putnam City Original, and we've become friends ever since we started becoming friends in middle school, and here she is making her debut. Of course, she's got 2 kids, which are happy. Paul Minnick going to the inside. I think that's Jackie. Yeah, that's Jackie Tang in the 19. Let me confirm that. Yep, that is Jackie Tang. Bless you. You're welcome. Oh, somebody's blown up. That's Carla Sanat. Oh, no, this is not good. I've seen this happen before. Carla Sanat's blown up, and she can't get off the track. Are we going to have a caution? No is the answer. And that's going to allow Caleb Hobbs. Whoa, Caleb Hobbs way below the yellow line. And that held up Ian Griffith, Jessica Shelton, and Sam Davis, and allowed Caleb Hobbs to catch back up, but that broke the pack up. That's a tough break for Carla Sanat, who's had a rough year going on. Carla came in this race 31st in points. Apologize for my NR game lagging. And there's Zachary Taylor, who's just taken the lead. This is exactly what Taylor needs. He needs to get a lap lead because, like I said, he's 30... How many points did I say he was below the cut line? He was 39. Excuse me. Did he get that lap lead? No is the answer. Thank you. Taylor did not get that lap lead. Sean Love did. And that's big right there for Sam Davis because, like I said, he came in this race 32 ahead of the cut line. He's all the way back here in 30. Well, last time by in 39th. He's back to 41st as Zachary Fitzwater is going for the lead. A header is the reason why Carla is out of the race, so a tough break for her. Unless Sam Davis can get a caution here, I think this could be trouble for the 11. CJ's leading this pack. Shelton is back up to speed. Those guys need a yellow. Jesse Art's back here at the rear of the field. Jesse came in this race 38 ahead of the cut line. It's going to be borderline with Jesse Art. I think Sean's going to be okay. Sean Art's going to be okay. He's only 152 out of the cut line. He's second in points. He can ill afford a bad finish. I can say the same for Jackie Tang because Tang had two good finishes in a row. The couple of drivers who kind of borderline are Kyle Langland because Langland was 9 points below the cut line. But he is only 8 spots ahead of Caleb Hobbs. And he's also ahead of Sam Davis. And Kyle Langland's trying to stay up with Ali Liera, who's about to lose the draft. Stephen Bear is hanging on to Nathan Orman, playoff contender Nathan Orman. Here's an ironic part. Stephen Bear drinks Coke Zero Sugar, right? Every time I'm with him. Well, guess what his sponsor is? Coke Zero Sugar. Oh, how ironic is that? Don't know what team this is under if I had to take a guess. If I had to take a guess, I think this is out of Ryan C. Grayson. But nice to see him up front. Of course, he's trying to help. He's currently right now helping playoff contender Nathan Orman trying to get caught back up to the pack. And looks like Ormy's done so. And Ormy, like I said, needs to keep moving forward. Because like I said, with him being 66 points below the cut line, Ormy has got to have drivers ahead of him have troubles. He will be ahead of Zachary Taylor. He's not ahead of Quentin. Where is Quentin Moore? That's a good question. Quentin is now 20th. And Quentin's ahead of Kyle Langland. Ormy's ahead of Hobbs. Ormy's now ahead of Zachary Taylor. I know Ormy's ahead of Langland by 6 spots. They're also ahead of Caleb Hobbs. Shane Lake, by the way, is in fifth. Sorry. But I think the big caution! What a huge break for Jessica Shelton. Because they have lost the draft. But now the big question is any of our playoff drivers involved? And if they are, that could be the end of the line for their championship hopes. As Scarlett Wallace is the leader. Let's see who brought out the yellow. Kyle Langland's involved. No, not Teal. Oh, man. And he's out of the race. Oh, what a shame. Kyle Langland, who just made the playoffs in his first season in the Foster Series, is now officially the first of 4 drivers who have been eliminated. Oh, that's a shame. Who else was collected in this? I don't know who has damage. I don't know if the 77's got damage. Let's see what happened to Teal. Oh, that's such a shame. Poor Kyle Langland, who's had a great season. Oh, we had some playoff drivers involved. CJ Bracken is in it. I don't know if Ormy got a piece of it or not. Let's go to the 51. That was Jamie Pintor. That was the car who got turned. Let's go to helicopter. Oh, there's the contact. CJ Bracken got turned by Paul Minnick. Heather Gallant's going to get a piece. Nathan Orman. Oh, Ormy Bear got through. Or not. No, Ormy got collected. Oh, he saved it. Zachary Fitzwater got a piece of it. Oh, Kyle Langland ran in the back of Jalecia Cuseman. That's why she had damage. And that was a huge break for Jessica Shelton and Caleb Hobbs and Sam Davis because those drivers lost the pack. But we had our first victim. William Davis is on pit road as Remy Crampton won the battle off pit road. Now everybody can make it to the end. But what a shame for Kyle Langland, who made his very first playoffs. I was so happy for him. And now he becomes not only the first driver out of the race, that will be his championship and playoff hopes sadly over. What a tough break for the Illinois driver. Oh, boy. Well, Kyle Langland will now head into next week knowing that he's no longer in the playoffs, but he's going to do his awesome best to try to get some more wins to end off what has been a very good season for the young rookie. And out of the race is Kyle Langland, and yep, that will be the end of the line for Kyle Langland as he is now the first of 4 drivers who are going to be sadly eliminated from the playoffs. So that's such a shame. Hate that for Teal. I was happy Kyle made the playoffs, Kyle Langland that is, but just a miserable luck, and now he becomes our first driver, first confirmed driver, eliminated from the playoffs. Remy Crampton, Shane Lake, Sean Love, Santi Messi, Scarlett Wallace, Jared Underhill, Daniel Witter, Emmanuel Hartnett, David Heller, and Quentin Moore. That is your top 10 as we went back to green, as we're back to green here at Riki. By the way, Noah Platts was given a warning for his incident last week. As Jared Underhill currently pushing Scarlett Wallace. And that's, by the way, not good news for CJ Bracken because remember, CJ came in this race 35 points ahead of the cut line. How much damage does he have? William Davis just got back on the track. He's in turn 2. Sam Davis has been held up by Paul Minnick. CJ Bracken, remember, got involved in that first incident. I don't see a lot of damage to Nathan Orman, so Ormy looks like he's okay. Even though he did make contact with the 8 of Heather Gallant. But the big question is going to be for him is that, you know, Nathan Orman's got to hope and pray some more drivers get involved in an incident. They're coming up to William Davis, by the way, who's about to go another lap down, as Trisha Ann's going to go for the race lead. Kyle Langland has been checked and released from the infield care center, which is good that he's okay, but hate that he's now officially the first driver eliminated from the championship, and 3 more will be joining him after today's race. As my friend Eric Stanbury can't stop texting me while I'm recording, which is rude of him. And there's Cody Smart in the 17. Remember, Cody was at the rear of the field trying to avoid something like that. Here he is, about to take the lead with the help of William Davis, who's got a little hood buckle on his Wabashi Ford Mustang. And look who's in second, Sean Hart in second. Quentin Moore and Zachary Taylor. That's 4 playoff contenders that were on that inside line. Cody's going to move up. Quentin Moore moves up on accident. And there's 4 playoff contenders. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. But remember, none of our playoff contenders, the 15 remaining, have not won in this round. And if we go 3 for 3 and non-playoff drivers going to victory lane, it's going to determine who on points who's going to make it. Oh, got to keep an eye on Quentin. Oh, Quentin got a little tight there. That was something I was worried about, because we saw that a lot in the Monster Energy Series, as Zachary Taylor did get a lap lead. That's 5 critical bonus points for him. But back to what I was talking about, we saw a lot of that in the Monster Energy Series back in February, where drivers kept checking up, and when they did, we ended up having wrecks in the tri-oval. Hopefully we don't have a wreck in the tri-oval. Paul Minnick's off the pace. Sam Davis, I think he's going to be in big trouble as far as the playoff standings are concerned. I don't know if he will be in the next round or not. We already know Kyle Langland's going to be eliminated. I don't know who the other 3 will be eliminated until we find out once the points come out. Oh no, they were almost 4 wide, and Fitzwater was about to get creamed in about 3 seconds, but thankfully they settled back down to 3 wide. That was really close to being 4 wide, and could have ended a number of playoff contenders' hopes of making it into the next round of the playoffs. Because like I said, I do not know who will be the other 3 drivers getting eliminated. Kyle Langland's the only one I know getting eliminated. The other 3 is a toss-up. So, like I said at the start of the playoffs, do not quote me on who's going to make the next round and who's getting eliminated. Only 40 drivers on the lead lap, 39 on the lead lap, 40 are in the race, I'm sorry. And a couple of non-chartered, or a couple of part-timers, Mario Love and Allison Ford. But here comes playoff contender Sean Hart. As of now, Sean Hart would advance into the next round of the playoffs. His sister's in 26. She's got to hope and pray she scored enough points to advance into the next round of the championship. But you also got to think we could have lap traffic come and play and settle this sucker out once and for all. Keep that in mind. Remy Crampton's there. That's Caleb Hobbs in the 78, that yellow car. Remember, he lost the draft, got that caution that he needed, and here he is already in the top 5 looking for the lead. Remember, Hobbs comes in this race in that critical 12th position in the points. Only 9 points ahead of the cut line. Ali Liera just led a lap. She's the only former winner this, or actually, she's the only former winner here at this track. Emmanuel Hartnett. As of now, he would be in the next round. Zachary Taylor. He's got to hope he scores enough points to make it the next round. I mean, right now, he is ahead of Caleb Hobbs. He's ahead of Sam Davis. He's also ahead of he was ahead of CJ, not anymore. Jesse Art back in 31st. She's got to be nervous. But like I said, I don't have a clue who's going to be eliminated after this one. But traffic coming up ahead. We're going to have lap traffic play a factor in not only who's going to make this next round of the playoffs, but also who's going to win the darn race. But remember, anybody goes to victory lane that's in the playoffs, that's a ticket to the next round. Zachary Taylor's going to go for the lead. Remember, if Taylor wins, he's in the next round regardless what happens when we do the points calculations. Stephen Bear is trying to foil Taylor's plans, and he's done so. But did he make his move too soon? We're going to be coming to lap traffic fairly soon. The 8 and the 77 are going to play a factor in who's going to win this race. They'll be at 5 laps of racing to go. Has Ormy made up any ground? He's 29th. So I don't know if that damage has really hurt the 24. We're about to find out who's going to get held up and who's going to get screwed. And we're going to find out right now. Oh, this is not good. Oh, they have just been held up. This could end in tears, y'all. This could end in tears. That inside line's moving. That's McGorvick, Cody Smart. Shelton is coming. 4 laps to go here in our first elimination race. But Shelton moves Smart up the track. As we are down to 4 laps of racing to go. Quentin Moore. Remember, at Daytona, Quentin Moore got into the playoffs. He's got a chance to win this race. Caleb Hobbs as well. Here comes Jessica Shelton. Here comes Quentin Moore to the inside. We're coming to 3 laps of racing to go. And remember, next week we're staying in Canada because we're going to Toronto to start the round of 12. Which hopefully you guys and gals are looking forward to Toronto. It's going to be the same. It's the same track as Hillside and Dover that we visited earlier this year. Jessica Shelton trying to go to victory lane for the first time. Caleb Hobbs, he's trying to advance into the round of 12. When does Hobbsy make his move? He better not make it too soon. Check up on Nathan Orman as they'll be catching another driver. Ormy's up to 15th. This is really critical as they're going to be catching Paul Minnick soon. So Ormy has gained enough ground to possibly have a chance. But he's got to hope drivers have problems. They will catch Minnick. White flag. Jessica Shelton. Caleb Hobbs right there. Here comes Cody Smart. Minnick will definitely play a factor in who's going to win this race. Down the back straightaway they come. Cody Smart's coming. Paul Minnick is there. Minnick will play a factor. Jessica Shelton, the only Hendrick car who has not been to victory lane this season. She's trying to get the win and looks like the 16's going to hold up the 23. Jessica Shelton is going to win it, Riki. And becomes the final Hendrick driver to go to victory lane. And all 4 Hendrick drivers have now at least been to victory lane this season. Oh my. And we go 3 for 3 as far as drivers that are not in the championship. That takes a chance away from a driver advancing to the round of 12. Shelton will enjoy her victory lap. Wonderful job for Jessica Shelton. In her final season of PCSRA racing, will retire at the end of the season. What a way to go out. Cody McGorvick will finish in second. Cody Smart, third. Cody Smart is in the round of 12, and Cody's doing a yeehaw Vermont style. Quentin Moore came as race 12 points below the cut line. He will advance to the next round of the playoffs. Nick Voiles, 7th in points. He will move on to the round of 12. In 5th, Jared Underhill, 6th. Kate Anderson, 7th. Caleb Hobbs came in this race in that critical 12th position in the points. He will move on to the next round. Remy Crampton came home in 9th, last week's winner. And Sam Davis, he got lucky. He will advance to the next round of the playoffs. So I have counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 playoff drivers inside the top 10. Where did the remaining 11? We know Kyle Langland DNF'd in 41st. He is out of the hunt. Emmanuel Hartnett, 14th, was 93 ahead of the cut line. I think he's good to go. Sean Art is moving on to the next round. Shane Lake came into this race 12 points ahead of the cut line. Let's see. Quentin Moore finished ahead of him. We'll see where this is going to situate him. Jesse Art came into this race. Where did Jesse? She was 38. We'll see where this is going to situate her. CJ Bracken came on 20th. I think he'll be okay, but that's gonna be really close. David Heller, 22nd. He had a big gap. I think David's going to be okay. Nathan Orman's going to be a borderline. He did finish ahead of Taylor. He did not finish ahead of Quentin Moore or Caleb Hobbs or Shane Lake. I don't think Ormy's done it. Zachary Taylor, 28. I don't think he finished ahead of those drivers that he needed. I think Ormy is now, or I don't think 24th and 28th is going to be enough for Ormy and Taylor. But you never know. We'll have to wait for the official score. And Noah Platt's 33rd. Ooh, that's going to be really close for Noah Platts. You look on down. Daniel Woodard, last car in the lead lap. Paul Minnick, Jaleesa Kuzman, Heather Gallant, and William Davis went a lap down. And then Kyle Langland, the only driver out of the race. Kyle Langland, I know is confirmed. He has been one of the 4 drivers eliminated. Carlos and I out of the race due to a header. But the other 3, I have no clue. If anybody asked me if I had to take a guess, I could be wrong. I think I know Nathan Orman and Taylor. I think. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on this. I don't think Nathan Orman and Zachary Taylor will be moving on to the next round. With the 24th and 28th place finishes respectively for those two. I think they have been eliminated. I think it's going to come down to, a couple of drivers here. Shane Lake, Jesse Art, CJ Bracken. I don't know. Let's see. Shane Lake finished ahead of CJ. Quentin finished ahead of all of them. So we're going to have to just wait for the official scoring to tell me who's moving on and who's not. Like I said, I know Kyle Langland is eliminated. Zachary Taylor, Nathan Orm with their finishes, they have not done enough to make it in the next round. So I can definitely say those two have been eliminated. But the final one getting eliminated is going to be a toss-up. But you'll find that out in the Discord when you see the points heading into next week. You'll also see the reformatted points as well in the Discord, also heading into next week at Toronto. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race. Jackie Tang, by the way, finished 13th. Tang is moving on to the next round, so I didn't want to forget him. But hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the PCSRA crew today. We have shown you your full finisher results. In the description, you will see the playoff standings after the round of 16. I'm very sorry to the 4 drivers who have been eliminated. To the 12 that is moving on, they have a tough task beginning next week at Toronto. So hope you will tune in for that. You'll see your reformatted points starting next week at Toronto. But until then, I'm indeed Evil signing off as you've been watching another broadcast of PCSRA TV, the best NR racing since 2017. Goodbye from Riki Raceway. The playoffs for the Foster Series continues.